Well, welcome everyone. I think we're going to get going. My name is Jeff Malmgren, and I work with the Primary Care Networks and some of the working groups supporting that work. One of the things that's happened in one of the other with one of the working groups that works with youth and teens is they've started to set up sort of a monthly meet group where people come together and they do things like watch movies or see stuff and talk about stuff. It's very relaxed and people come when they want, and it seems to be like it's just a kind of a nice place for people to come and gather online without any kind of a program other than, as I say, sometimes some movies and stuff. And we thought it might be a good idea to start offering something like that. If I can ask folks to mute it. Thank you. Just thank you. That's great. So we excuse me, we just kind of felt like, you know, maybe it's a good idea to try this for seniors and see if they'd like to come and watch some movies. So we thought we'd kick it off today. And of course, when we're showing movies to the public, we have to make sure that we follow copyright rules. So in this case, we wanted to make sure stuff was in the public domain, which means we go to pick out some older movies. There's some really great movies in public domain, I got to tell you, because I've been looking at them, and there's some very cool stuff that we could look at if we decided to do this later. But kind of fell to Charlie Chaplin. And the reason we fell to Charlie Chaplin is A, because he's Charlie Chaplin, but B, because he happened to make some really good short films. And so this one today, it's called The Good for Nothing, and it was also called The New Profession. Just Charlie Chaplin, you know, people think that he kind of burst onto the scene in the silent films, and he certainly did. But actually, he started his career in England when he was 9 years old. And he was in the theater and in the British vaudeville for 16 years before he came to the United States. And when he came, Max Sennett, who was a movie producer in this fledgling industry of silent films, saw him and said, I need you to come and work for me. And Charlie Chaplin signed a 1-year contract with Max Sennett. And in that 1 year, he made 36 films. And we kind of tend to think that this was this really long career, but this is what launched him. And it was where he learned how to act in silent films, where he learned how to act in front of the camera, and where he really honed that character that we know as the tramp. This is really where Charlie Chaplin learned and became the tramp. And from then, his career, he made over 80 films, and as well as recorded albums. And I think we all know about Charlie Chaplin. But this was really the foundational stuff. But you think about it, 36 films. They were almost making a film a week. And they were working really hard. So this one's one of the shorter ones. It's a really funny little film. It also has another actor you might have heard of called Fatty Arbuckle in it. And without more ado, I'm just gonna turn it over to the film. I hope you enjoy it. And that's the end. Well, Charlie sure got into a lot of stuff in 13 minutes, boy. So I hope you guys enjoyed that. I really enjoyed it. And I guess my question to you is, A, what do you think of it? But B, would you be interested if we started to, if we kind of on a monthly basis did a movie night? Is it something people would be interested in? There wouldn't be any cost to it. We would just kind of put it on. So if you wanted to put something in the chat or even just send us a message later on, we'll definitely think about it and see if we could get something going if the people thought it was fun. So. Any thoughts before we go? We're just about at the end of time anyway. Oh, I think everybody was pretty, I hope people were pretty happy. As when people stay to the end, that's always a good sign. So again, if the comments at the end, then when you leave the session, either this session or in the other sessions of the activity fair, if you think you'd like to have a movie night, a regular movie night that we set up, and like I say, there's a whole bunch of public domain movies and other movies we can find that I think we could have some fun with, and hopefully when we do that, we'll also have some time to talk about them as well. This one's not a big one to talk about. Hopefully you got some laughter out of it. So yeah, great. Okay, so some folks are asking how they'd see it. There's some folks that have some interest in it. So just keep an eye out. We'll put out some messages through the same sort of circuits. We've got the whole primary care networks and all the different avenues through the school, the Parks and Recreation and all the seniors clubs, and we'll make sure that we'll get something going next month, and we'll put out the notice, and anybody who wants to come along, we'll look forward to seeing you then. Thanks very much. Have a great day. Enjoy the rest of the activity fair. What a great event.
Thanks so much, Jeff.